What's up, Philadelphia? Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Naveed Shah, and I'm the Political Director of Common Defense and an Army veteran. I'm honored to address you today on behalf of veterans everywhere. Woo. You know, as a veteran, I swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a person, not to a political party, and especially not to a king. Donald Trump thinks his rule is absolute, but in America, we have no kings. I'm a veteran of the war in Iraq, where I served 15 years ago. When I was there in March of 2010 was when Iraq held their second ever national elections. For many young Iraqis, it was their first time ever casting a ballot. For once, the insurgents weren't not targeting the American soldiers like me who were providing security. They were targeting their own people, who were simply trying to exercise their fundamental right to vote. In that moment, the sanctity of our rights became clear to me, and I promised never to take them for granted. So when I saw what happened in Washington at the Capitol on January 6, 2021, I was more than just shocked and appalled. I was scared. I was scared for what could happen to our country if we allowed the big lie to continue to fester, and for what would happen if insurrectionists took power. And unfortunately, we're seeing that play out right now. Recent events in Los Angeles have made it evident it's necessary now more than ever for us to stand up against authoritarianism. As of now, the Trump regime has federalized 4,000 National Guard soldiers, 700 Marines, but we've seen this playbook before. When troops are deployed to suppress dissent, history shows us that such actions only make the situation worse, not better. The militarized response to protests is a dangerous escalation that undermines the state and local governments, endangers civil rights, and betrays the very principles that we swore to uphold. It's important to note that everybody from Governor Newsom to Mayor Bass, even the LAPD, have said that there's no need for military intervention in LA. But the president and his regime are manufacturing a crisis. We've heard that in places like Texas and Virginia, governors have activated their National Guard, so there's a potential for more troops to be deployed this summer. And that's why now, more than ever, in the face of such oppression, we must commit to deliberate, strategic nonviolence. Seeing all of you out here today in the Philadelphia, my second favorite city after DC, it's a powerful moment to protect democracy in our communities. While Trump and his cronies are watching the show in DC, Americans are stuck choosing between health care and child care and feeding their families. And yet again, veterans' benefits that my brothers and sisters earned are on the chopping block. The Trump administration wants to cut 15% from the Department of Veterans Affairs, which millions of veterans and the military families rely on for their health care. But that's right out of the MAGA playbook, isn't it? Pretend you're honoring the troops with a parade while gutting the services that they need. What's the point of a military parade if you're going to disrespect the troops and their families? 250 years ago, the army that I love was founded by the Continental Congress to stand up against King George. Almost nothing makes me prouder than to say, "Go Army." But today, Trump's birthday parade isn't about patriotism. It's about his power. And here's the truth. In a recent poll that we did, 70% of veterans, including Republicans and independents, are opposed to Trump's birthday parade. Because we know you don't honor the troops by making them props. And that's why Common Defense and our veterans are gathered here today and across the country to reaffirm our commitment to the Constitution of the United States. Not a politician, not a political party, and no kings. Despite our nation's history of oppression and racism, but the ideals that we took an oath to rise above all of that. When I took my oath to join the Army, I did so because I believed that America stood for something better, and I still do. And that's why it's so important for me to protect this country and its Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. If we are to be the shining city on the hill, then we must set the example. Before we send our troops to promote democracy abroad, we must protect democracy here at home. Liberty and justice must truly be accessible for all. The men and women of our military uphold the oath every single day. And as veterans, we're here to commit to continue upholding our oath. And we call on all members of Congress, left, right, and center, to do the right thing, because the future of democracy depends on them. And it depends on all of you out here going beyond just today. Continue to show up, because this is not just the end. This is just the beginning. Because in America, we have no kings. Thanks, everybody.